Welcome back to the channel today, guys, for the conclusion of our tennis tournament arc in Spy X Family. And I never thought I'd say those words on the channel. Tennis tournament arc. But man, it was here, it was fun, and it's over, unfortunately. And at this point, Loid's unstoppable. Like, Loid can just do anything at this point now, huh? This man can beat anyone. Put him against Saitama, he'll give him a coupon and he'll let him go. Put him against Goku, he'll cook him some food and he'll let him go. Loid is just that guy, I guess. This man can even take a rubber sniper shot in this episode. And it's like, I'm good. Like, what a beast. So let's just get straight into it and talk about Spy X Family episode 23 today, because it was yet again another banger. So our episode begins today, and we're just immediately thrown into it as we see Loid and Fiona just duck, dodge, and weaving all the traps that Campbell and his kids are bringing at them, and they can't be stopped. They're doing the absolute most to stop them. They're changing the height of the net. They're messing with the court itself. They're putting air pressure against them, against their ball, so it can't get over. And they're still getting stomped. Elegantly, I might add. Shout out to Henderson. And these guys are just unstoppable. As Loid even tells Fiona that your observation skills, judgment, and control are all perfect, Nephilia. I'm glad I have you playing by my side, as Fiona has a little moment right here. As she says, I want this tournament to last forever. Perhaps I'll force a tiebreaker that goes on forever. As we see Campbell in the audience, just heated at the fact that he's gonna lose so much money off his kids losing. So his kids are like, guess we're gonna have to use our trump card. And what is this trump card, you might ask? It's a freaking sniper! They have a sniper in the vents to shoot at them. Like, whoa, okay, come on now. As Loid realizes that a sniper's up there and he jumps over Fiona, taking a shot in the shoulder in the process to protect her. As Campbell's son is like, damn, did he sense it before the shot was taken? There's no way. As Loid tells Fiona that it's a special rubber bullet. There's a sniper somewhere in the air ducts, and look, they even painted the bullet the same color as the court. As Loid says, I figured something like this might happen, so I wore a bulletproof vest to a tennis tournament, because how convenient. As Fiona starts fangirling, saying, the fact he even considered this possibility makes him the best, for real. As she says, this interference has definitely gone too far. Perhaps we should talk to the umpire and see about having a penalty issued. As Loid tells her that there's no point. I'm pretty sure most of the staff and management are under Campbell's pocket. Not to mention, if we lose our chance in the tournament, we could lose our chance to get the painting, and that would be a huge blow to us. As he says, if we purposely leave enough room and shift our timing, we can make them miss by dodging the sniper bullets. Okay, Spy X Family. So now as we continue the match, we have the added pressure of the sniper off to the side, as Loid says, so they're going to target me as I'm trying to serve, huh? As this man basically starts breakdancing on the tennis court to throw the sniper off. As the sniper's just like, alright, court team, we need to work together to stop these unstoppable duos. And as our match continues, they're just going crazy, dodging everything, while also playing the game, as Loid's like, their overconfidence makes them super easy to read. As we see, they even have the two ball boys involved, shooting projectiles at them. Now we have yet another interference. As Fiona's just like, damn, we have two more interferences now. And Loid's like, yeah, but unlike the sniper, we can't see. We can see their gazes and the movement of their fingers. And as the match continues, these two are just doing absolutely unbelievable kind of moves. It's kind of wild. So they not only have to deal with multiple traps on the court itself, a sniper shooting at them, ball boys who are also shooting at them, they have to deal with opponents who have a rocket-powered racket and a whip racket. Like, good lord. This is barely tennis at this point. As the announcer says, is this what they call the drunken fist of the Far East? Basically. Campbell starts freaking out like, you gotta stop him, Carol and Kim. I'm gonna lose so much money. As Campbell's son is literally like, damn, I really don't want to lose. But against demon mode Loid, basically, in his monster serve, he's like, damn, but our opponents are too good. And Loid and Fiona end up winning the whole competition. Shocker, I know. As Campbell's son walks up to them and says, you saw through all our tricks, didn't you? I think this is the first time I've been genuinely upset, as he starts bawling. And Loid turns into a wise sensei here as he's like, you're still young, and you're clearly talented. From now on, hone your craft properly. I'm sure you'll become an amazing player. As the son is just like, Twain! I'll really do my best from now on, man, I swear! As Fiona is like, damn, not only did we complete our mission, but he managed to reform our opponent. Impressive as ever, Twilight, I love you. As the sister's just standing off to the side like, yo, this is dumb. What are we doing here? As Campbell's just like, we lost this match, but we still gained something. You've grown so much, my son. As his friend next to him says, has it sunk in just how much money you've lost? Yeah, you're broke now, motherfucker. But it's here that Loid notices that Campbell's getting a very secret message right now that could partially impact their mission. So naturally, after winning the tournament, their next course of action is to get the Lady in the Sun, which is their objective to begin with, as they go to the waiting room to select it. Until Campbell himself walks in and tells them, I'm terribly sorry, but that is the one piece I cannot give you now. As Loid and Fiona realize that, I knew it. The State Secretary Service just called him. They might have caught wind of the code. So now it's time to go to Plan B, as Fiona says, would it be alright if we make our choice after seeing the actual pieces? As Campbell tells her, that's fine by me. And as we transition to the next room, Campbell asks Fiona, like, where's your husband? And she says, oh, his hangover was getting worse, so he went to lie down. And oh, I forgot to mention, Loid claimed he was playing with a hangover the entire match too. Insult to injury, of course. So now it's just Fiona that's in there, as she spots that the painting is still there, so they haven't taken it just yet. As she asks Campbell, do you mind if I put my bag down right here in this one random spot for no apparent reason at all? And he tells her, sure. As Campbell tells one of his men that they'll be here in 10 minutes. I told them to wait in the lobby, so take it out to them right away. As we see one of his men taking out the painting and putting it inside of a different frame for some particular reason. I wonder why. And it's here we transition to Campbell handing off the Lady in the Sun to the State Secretary Service. As we see Fiona just quietly waiting in the background. I wonder why. As one of his men tells him that, I'll go see the phonies to the entrance now, sir. As Campbell tells him, alright, we'll try seeing if they'll come play for us while you're at it as well. That match was kind of crazy. And as we transition to them walking to the car, Fiona says, should we take them up on their offer and continue working for Wise? As it gets revealed that the butler was actually Loid the whole time in disguise, baby, as he says, I think I've had enough fill of tennis for a while. We kind of just had a crazy match. As he asks Fiona, so what'd you end up picking from his collection? As she says, oh, just some random ass pot and some rings that are in awful taste. As Loid's just like, let's just give him the handler as a gift. She'll like that shit. And it's here as they're driving away, Loid says that, man, I did kind of panic a bit when he said he wouldn't hand it over. But things worked out in the end as they have the painting with them. As Fiona says that, all because you used your racket bag to sneak in a fake. They were anticipating something like this might happen. And this part's a little more believable to me than wearing a bulletproof vest to a tennis match. At least a little bit more. Loid continues and says, it also helped that the code wasn't in the frame, as we see that the code is on the back of the painting itself. As Fiona says, yes, the traces of special ink on the back here must be it. The State Secretary Service will probably continue searching for a code that doesn't exist. As Loid and Fiona high-five at a successful mission, baby. But now that the mission is done, we're back to more pressing matters. As Loid says, alright, you can let me out over there, Nightfall. As she tells him, nah, I'll drop you off at your house, don't worry. Because she wants to spend as long with him as possible. As Loid tells her, look, I'm Lord Forger, a husband and a father. I can't have our neighbors getting the wrong idea about our relationship. Plenty of people get reported to the secret police over adultery. But it's here that Fiona starts thinking to herself like, Twilight, I was useful on our mission, wasn't I? I did my best for you. I should be your rightful partner. And as she ends up dropping Loid off at the park, we see that Yor, Anya, and Bond are at the park still playing tennis. And Fiona sees that and is like, alright, we're settling this right now. Gets out the car and approaches them, saying, good evening, Mrs. Forger. To your shock, of course. As Loid says, yeah, she gave me a ride home since we were going the same way. Nothing crazy happened, I swear. We didn't compete in some super crazy tennis match out of an anime, I swear to God. As Fiona asks Yor, like, so, do you play tennis too? As Yor says, yeah, Anya became obsessed with it after we practiced with Loid the other day. As Anya's like, I'm an expert at home runs. I bet you are, Anya. I bet you are. As Fiona thinks to herself, you really think you've helped Twilight raise his level? Preposterous. You arrogant woman. Even I could. No. I would have helped Twilight become more powerful far more efficiently. As she asks Yor, oh, then you must be quite the tennis player yourself. Can I request a match with you then, right here and now? As Fiona tells Loid in Morse code, I'd like to know if this woman is athletic enough for Operation Strix. Which is an understatement. I'd say she's overqualified. As Anya starts reading her mind and she hears, I will crush your heart to the last and make you lose your place in the Forger household. So extra. As Yor says, I accept, and thinks to herself, I have a feeling I can't lose or run away from this fight. As Anya thinks back to a conversation she had about Becky about a cat fight, as she thinks to herself, I finally understand how Becky felt. I too love shows about fighting. As they actually draw a tennis court in the sand and they square up with each other. As Fiona stares her down and says, come at me with everything you've got. As Loid's just like, don't do this, Fiona. You're not gonna like how this is gonna end. Our boy Loid knows at this point. He knows not to underestimate Yor. As Yor's just like, she's right. It would be rude of me to hold back against my opponent. As she throws the ball up, but it looks like she misses it. As Fiona's like, you disappoint me, Yor Briar. But upon closer inspection, we see that she eviscerated the ball. She cut that shit into like 1,000 pieces. As Yor's just like, damn, I did it again. If I put too much strength into my swing, the racket strings just cut into the ball and it crumbles into pieces. I'm so sorry, Mr. Ball. I'm just awful at tennis. And for the first time, Fiona shook like, wait a minute. What the hell just happened? What did I just see? So this time, Yor throws it up, hits it, and sends it flying as Fiona's just like, my word, it's faster than the speed of sound? As Fiona actually ends up hitting the ball, but she's like, damn, it's so heavy. But my love for Twilight is just as heavy. This is nothing compared to all the feelings for him I built up over the years. As she says to herself, shoot the ball right through Twilight's heart. Don't let this woman steal him from you. As she puts everything she has into the swing, and her racket shatters. And Loid's just like, damn, I saw that coming. As Fiona drops to her knees and says, damn, I've completely lost. That's an understatement. As Fiona tells Yor, I'll admit it. Right now, you're better than me. But Mrs. Forger, I want a revenge match in the future. As she ends up driving away like a freaking Looney Tune. As she says, I will not give up, with tears streaming down her face. As Yor approaches Loid and says, I won. And Loid's just like, yeah, congratulations. But Yor's just like, no, I won. You don't get it. I won this. As Loid's just like, yeah, you sure did. Showing that he clearly does not get it. And it's here we transition to Loid at the agency as Handler tells him, excellent work retrieving that painting last week. As Loid says, where's Nightfall at? And Handler says she's holing up in the mountains to work on her swinging speed. But it's here she tells him that the code itself was extremely simple to crack. We identified the top secret depository and sent our agents there to retrieve the goods. And as Loid gets handed the dossier, he's in for a shock as he reads, August 21st, today, I have sealed something extremely dangerous within this depository. Photographs of young actresses. As Loid's just like, you gotta be shitting me right now. And as he continues reading, he reads, I love all forms of theater. Any production featuring young ladies is truly exceptional. I just feel so compelled to support them. I became so obsessed that my wife beat me to a pulp once. I even invited my wife to attend a show with me, but she just didn't understand. She told me to throw all the photos away, but I just couldn't let go of the rare ones. Ever since then, I've kept my visits to the theater a secret. I've buried everything, including the photos that could reignite conflict in this basement depository. As Loid's like, so, reignite the flames of war didn't mean a war between the East and West, huh? As Handler's like, nope, just between a husband and wife. But Handler also adds on that there was nothing that could reignite the war, and that's more than enough for me this time. As Loid ends up telling her, you're right. And it's here that he notices a picture in the dossier of the Colonel and his family. As another agent tells him, after all was said and done, the Colonel remained a devoted family man. As Handler tells him if he truly loved his wife and daughter, he would have tossed the photos. They're creepy as hell. And the agent tells her, nah, you just don't get it, Handler. You don't understand. And as Loid looks at the photo, he says, it must be difficult to maintain a happy family. And as we transition back to the Forger household, we see that Yor is still deeply troubled by the events that have occurred, and our episode ends. But not before we see Fiona's training in the woods as she's swinging a giant club, and even the bears behind her are shook like, yo, what is this crazy woman doing? And our episode really ends. And damn, this was a great episode, but I'd argue our troubles are not done yet because Yor is still very concerned about this. She's concerned about her place in the family, if she really belongs or not. A very common theme that's been happening with Yor throughout our series. And let's just say we'll get a very nice scene soon enough to hopefully resolve that. But yeah, guys, what did you think of this episode? We got the conclusion of our tennis tournament arc, and was it as fun as you guys thought it would be, as much as I've been saying it was? Because to me, it was pretty fun. I gotta admit. They did a great job animating it. And it's gonna make me so sad when the season ends, guys. Because I'm like 98% sure we're gonna get a season 2 at some point. But the wait's gonna kill me. Because this series is so good. It's so good every week. This is the show that probably puts the biggest smile on my face every week. And it's going to suck to have it end in the next week or two. But you guys let me know what you thought of it down below. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. And remember, you got to keep your family happy. Sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do. But you do it for the people you love. So I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year again. Deuces.